Let's get making homemade movies. Not those kind of movies. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today, as requested on my community section, is a little bit of an explanation, maybe some tips and tricks on what I do to film some of my RC videos. So you'll notice that I do a lot of my stuff recently quite low and also quite slow. So what I'm going to do in this sort of tutorial is give you a little bit of a breakdown on how I do things. So obviously opinions will differ, and there'll be a million people out there that completely disagree with what I'm going to say. But we're all entitled to do things our own way and have our own opinion on the way that we do things. I just find what I do works best for me. So we'll go through various different categories, and I'll cover what camera equipment I use, what tools I use, how I do the shots, how I frame them up, how I look at the lighting, how I look at the backgrounds, and then generally filming on how I do things, different angles and what have you. So we'll give you a little bit of an explanation on how I do it, and you guys are more than welcome to try it for yourself and see if it works. But let's cut first and foremost then to the camera gear that I use, and it's pretty simple, to be honest. So here we go, guys. These are kind of the tools that I use. We've got a DJI gimbal over there. The Osmo 5, I think it is, if I remember rightly, or 4, I can't remember. Basically, this is really good for doing like little follow shots when you're sort of by yourself. You can stand it up, it'll track the vehicle, and you can get sort of sweeping views. Now, this will only go 180 degrees-ish. So it'll track from here to there, and then that's it. Now, this is quite a handy little tool. I quite enjoy it. But mostly, believe it or not, the simplest little thing is a selfie stick. Selfie stick, and we've got a little octopus tripod, which I use for my standing shots. So just stand that, you know, wherever. And the key with this thing is get it, if I can do it one-handed. You want ideally, sorry for all the shakiness while I'm doing this, but you want it really low to the ground. Get it nice and low to the ground, and you can get some really, really low shots. I'll cut to a clip on the video, and you can see what I mean by doing low shots. Now, mostly I use this and follow the truck with it attached to so, and that is ideal. However, before I show you the clip, a lot of people have asked, oh, what camera gear do I use, and so on and so forth. And to be honest, I kind of find that the best camera is the one you have with you, the one you carry in your pocket, depending on, you know, what phone you have. But I use my phone for all my filming. I've had a Canon DSLR. I've had GoPro Hero 10s. But I generally find that my iPhone, I've got an iPhone 13 Pro, that works. Yes, it's 13 Pro. I find that that's best. So, you know, it depends. There's some really good camera phones out there. I would recommend using that. It's easy to use. Right, so let's cut to some running footage. I'll show you what I mean, and I'll narrate while I'm filming, or I'll narrate while I'm showing the clip, and explain basically what it is I do, how I frame up the shots, what speed I use, what settings I use on my phone, and you know, just general how I choose to do this, which I think works best for me. Now, by no means am I perfect. I'm not the best videographer on the planet, so you know, bear with us. But again, it's my way of doing things. I find that it works for me, and I'm constantly improving too. I think that the more videos you put out, the more things you try, the better production you get out of it. The more scenic things start to look, the more more realistic. That was a tongue tester. More realistic things start to look. So, you know, it's trial and error with a lot of these things. I think I've got 500 and something videos on my channel now, which is quite a bit. So I've had a lot of practice. But, you know, follow some of these tips and tricks. And I definitely do think it will help you, for sure. Anyway, let's cut to the running footage and I'll give you a little bit of commentary. Right, guys, so in this shot over here, I'm using the selfie stick to get as close and as low down as possible. You'll also notice that it's filmed in slow-mo. I generally let the camera choose what settings, you know, it has built in. And then I'll vary the speed when I edit the video onto what speed I think I want. So you'll see coming up now, we crawl over this this route coming up, and I film it from one direction, then kind of move to the side of it and get it coming over this route so you can see the tire squish and what have you. Again, filming in slow-mo, you really get the nice definition here where you can see it going over, and you almost get a little bit of tire squish if you've got soft tires, and it makes it look all the more realistic. So again, all that I do is just edit the speed in my video. Right, in this clip, we're using one of the natural obstacles to kind of blur out the truck a little bit. You want that kind of thing because it looks quite cinematic. That when you go through an obstacle, you get the truck poking out the other side. Now, bearing in mind I stopped there, but what I did was I clipped that little bit in my video as you'll see on my movie. Again, so you want to film it from various different sides, moving around side to side. In this shot, I'm filming it from this side so that you can catch, you know, the background and make it look quite cinematic. Again here, knowing what's in the background, I'm constantly moving around the truck while I'm filming it, so I get that beautiful scenery there, and sort of the truck is peeling off a little bit into the distance. Again here, filmed from the front. Now, generally, I will carry on recording while I'm moving myself into position and just edit the clip in the video editor so that I get different scenes from that. And I also try not to make the running footage too long. So you've got it, you know, filming at one side of the truck constantly. You want to swap it about, you want to clip it, and just maneuver around the truck to get all the cinematic effect that you want. As you saw back there, you could catch a nice waterfall in the background. On this, again, low, slow, and get it through the obstacle, move around the truck so you can actually see what the truck is driving over, and then slowly feed it out. Again, on this one, moving around, I want to catch it slightly going into the water and the truck peeling off again to the right. Again, I'm filming, I'm not stopping, I'm walking with the truck with a selfie stick, and I'm trying to highlight the obstacle that it's climbing. Here I swing round to the front of the truck so I can get all the background in it, get the truck doing its thing coming up, and you'll notice it lifts a wheel over here. So I try and capture all of that and try and make it again as cinematic as possible. Right, so on this clip again, I'm using the natural obstacles that I have at my disposal. So I place the truck behind the rock and I can get it driving out from the rock with all that beautiful scenery in the background. Again, very cinematic, looks really good. And what I will do during certain clips is, instead of focusing on just the truck in the background, I'll focus on, say, for example, the wheels going over an obstacle. Again, while I'm moving around the truck quite a bit, it helps enhance the truck and enhance the scenery, like this shot here. I mean, how realistic does that actually look? So again, coming up to this rock over here, I use that to kind of obscure the truck to make it look realistic, that it's actually going around an obstacle, and also capturing the background. Again, try and film everything low, slow, and when you're editing it, you can really get the best effects out of the clip what you want. Over here, I go through this little obstacle, and as you'll see, I actually drop back a little bit and drop quite low so I can get the truck articulating through this little obstacle, and you get it going over, and you can see the suspension flex and so on and so forth. I find that's a great way of capturing you going through an obstacle, and for me it really looks very good, and it works. In this shot here, you'll see I use the natural lighting. The sun is facing towards me, so I drive purposefully like that so I can get the sun breaking through the clouds, get the sun on the truck on that side. So the side that you're filming from sometimes is a little darker on the truck but very light in the background, so you get quite a lot of contrast from the lighting, and you can see as it heads off, it all of a sudden takes on, you know, a little bit of a different look. And lastly, I try and swing away from the truck when I finish my shot so you can get the cinematic background. Looks good, eh? Right, last but not least is camera or phone settings. So when I am filming in slow-mo, as I am here, I generally use 240 frames a second in the settings of the phone. Primarily because it gives you the highest definition. You get all the nice little rocks that the truck's driving over, moving about really slowly. And it, for me, again, improves the quality of the slow-mo shots. So filming at 240, 120 maybe is a really good setting for that. Filming at regular speeds, I generally use 60 frames a second in 4K, which again gives you the best possible definition, gives you the highest quality, and it really does make the shots look really good and cinematic. Also for me, I think that, again, you can see I'm moving around the truck. I'm trying to capture the landscape in the background, the sun coming down on the truck. So it just adds a little bit of more scale and realism to your movie. And when I come up to ending most of my videos, sometimes it's slightly different, is I'll drive up to where I want to position the truck. I've always got a plan in mind of where I want to drive to. And when I hit that spot, I'll generally like either pan around the truck or pan around the scenery, etc. I find that that always gives you the best possible view of the location and the truck itself. Anyway, guys, I hope that this has helped you and helps you in your movies. And please feel free to comment down below. I will always help, always reply. And please do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, like, comment, share, hit the bell sign notifications so that you get notified when I upload more videos. Anyway, guys, as always, in the words of Wes Desert Wheeler, keep the rubber side down. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.